What about that, though? I mean, you expressed some concern that you need to be better, and here you are with this performance. I mean, what does that say about yourself? What's that say?
I mean, I just care so much about my teammates, and my biggest fear is letting them down. But if you look at today, our 5 up front, 0 sacks. Dawson Knox makes an unbelievable catch for a touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders makes an unbelievable catch for a touchdown. Our defense, 3 turnovers, giving us really good field position. It was a complete team win today, and it's easy when you got things rolling in your direction like that and getting into a rhythm early on and our guys make some plays. Daves was calling them up really well today.
After each of the first 2 games we talked, you used that word rhythm, trying to find it or whatever. How close to that, in terms of your performance, did you feel today within that?
Felt pretty good in terms of just getting the ball out, seeing the defense, what they were doing early on. But again, it takes 11 guys out there, and we were pretty much all on the same page throughout the game today. And obviously, there's some things that we're going to have to learn from. When we watch film tomorrow, it's never as good, never as bad as you think. So we got to figure out a way to be better. And we got a Houston Texans team next week, and got to put forward our best effort and game plan really well this week, and try to go execute for that.
What is it like to see that chemistry and the hard work that you and Emmanuel have put in since he came to Buffalo start to pay off? 2 touchdowns today for him. Just what can you say about that chemistry with Emmanuel?
Yeah, I mean, guy that just constantly does what he's asked in the run game and the pass game. When you're putting yourself in good position and running your tail off and blocking downfield, opportunities like that are going to be thrown your way, and typically you're going to make those plays because, he's a vet in this league. He does everything right. He's got juice. He's been great for me. I know he's been great for the other guys in this locker room, and to have that guy who's been there and done it and won the whole thing, to have his presence, I think that's huge for us, and it's only going to continue to get better, in my opinion.
Any sense of relief when you finally hook up with him on the long ball there?
Yeah, it felt good. We were close on a couple today. He made a good play, and again, it's not luck or coincidence. A guy that just constantly does his job and gets open and makes plays for us.
Josh, how much fun is it to be in an offense where there's 25 seconds to go in the half, you're 75 yards away, and you're going for it?
Yeah, 3 timeouts, and we got word that we were going to be aggressive there, and I love those types of situations. I think we got two down the sideline to Diggs, and then 1 to Dawson out of bounds, and T-Bass came in and kicked a good field goal, and that type of trust that you have in your offense, that we feel that, when coaches allowing us to go out there and be us, it's a good feeling.
Someone said something in camp about getting open later in the play for you because he knows he's not always maybe the first look. Is that something you've thought about? Is that something you two, or is that just something he's trying to work on to get open? Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think given the way that I play and the type of offense that we have, where sometimes our scramble plays are built in almost, and at any point during any play, any guy can get the ball, and I think everybody on this team knows that. So they're constantly fighting to get open, and they know if they're not open right away, the ball could still come to you. So it's just we don't really practice it too much, but guys just know we have this feeling, and they've been around it enough where they just know how to find ways to get open.
How imperative was that 3rd and 15 conversion right at the beginning of the game to get you guys into that rhythm?
That was huge, and I appreciate Dave's for putting in his trust in me. And I do want to give a quick side note. Daboll lost his grandma this last week, and she was the woman that raised him. So he had a pretty tough week, and to go out there and play the way we did and execute the way we did. I know him and his family are hurting right now, but it's just crazy how the roles are reversed. Last year I got to come in the locker room and, I had a heartfelt hug with him, and this year, he falls in my arms. So he's a guy that I love dearly, and to go out there and play the way we did for him, the guys understood that, and we wanted to go and execute and play well for him.
To move that offense into field goal range at the end of the first half and then come out at the start of the second half and go 17 plays, 93 yards, find the end zone. What does that do for you? What does it do for the team? And what's it do for an opponent when you're able to do that?
Yeah, I mean, that's good situational football to force I think we might have forced a 3-and-out there, or maybe it was a couple of plays later. But, yeah, long drive, it takes the wind out of their sails for sure, and just instills a lot of confidence in our team, knowing that our guys can play loose, puts the other team in a tough position where you basically know they're going to have to pass the ball, and at that point you can, switch it up and do some different type of game planning things on defense and show different looks and, not be afraid to fail. And that's one thing that, Coach McDermott, he gives us the green light. He said, as long as you're going 100 miles an hour, don't be afraid to fail. Everybody's got each other's backs on this team. It's a really good feeling.
I know how important Brian is to you and to the offense. So when you find out about what happened, how do you maintain your emotional composure while also knowing that you want to deliver for a guy who's essentially a second father?
Yeah, my heart aches for him, and I think our guys on offense would say the same thing. He cares so much about football and cares so much about being the best version of himself for us to put ourselves in situations to be successful. He takes everything very personal, about this game. That's why we love him. He's an extremely fiery competitor, and when you see a guy hurting, guys rally around that, and they want to try to help ease that pain and ease that tension. So it's never an easy situation. I've been in that situation. There's nothing you can say to help him, his family feel better, and I think throughout, over time, it feels better, but to have that type of support here and to share that pain with it takes a lot off of it.
Offensive line caught a lot of heat after the Week 1 game against the Steelers. This defensive front for Washington's got a lot of first-round draft picks. They look like they played pretty well. What was your thoughts on how they blocked up front?
No sacks. I gotta do something special for them. Keep that momentum rolling, and they're just working hard. They hear what people say, they understand, and they want to go out there and prove how good they are. And that's one thing I think we did today. Was put them in good situations, and there was a couple plays. We alerted some checks to get out of bad situations, and they played well, they executed, they communicated well. It's fun to play back there when you have that confidence in them, and I've got supreme confidence in our front five right now.
Josh, speaking about confidence, just seems like Dawson Knox seems like a whole new player this year. Your level of confidence in him finding the red zone back-to-back weekends and some pretty cool celebrations?
We did the prom today. It's just a guy that again just works extremely hard. He cares about what he does. Takes advantage of the opportunities, and he's not too far removed from being a walk-on quarterback. And for him to transition and play tight end, it's starting to become more natural for him, and it's fun to see his progression, how well he understands the game, and then you see that play was unbelievable to make that catch and get an elbow down before getting out of bounds. So confidence is only growing in him, and he's still got a lot of football left, and he's going to be really good for a long time. So I'm excited for that.
Last one, guys. Cole had 13 targets, 11 catches today. How much is toughness an underrated aspect of his game?
I mean, he takes some hits, and obviously he's not the biggest guy, but always seems to pop right up. Going back to last year playing with the broken bone in his leg, and really he sets the tone. He really does for our offense. He does a lot of really unique things and really allows us to switch it up and one-on-one matchups, find him, zone coverage. He's smart enough to find zones, and when you have a guy like that you trust that if they want to drop out into zone coverage, he's going to find a window, come back to the ball, and be friendly for me. So our relationship is fantastic, and again, we got to find ways to be better, but he plays his tail off all game.